Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hope you all are fine, safe, and sound at your homes. I welcome you all for this Zoom online class, English class today. Okay, dear students, as you know that we have already started the revision time period. The revision time period is in process, and we have started revision of all the subjects. And in particularly in English, we have started revision of the book exercises. Now, in my last lecture, I explained an adjective phrase and adjective clause. Yes, hope you have understood that. Now, in today's lecture, I am going to talk about the adverb phrase and adverb clause. But before that, you should have a clear idea about the adverb, that what adverb is. Well, you must be well aware of the adverbs because it's a part of speech and you have gone through it so many times before. But anyhow, a quick review of adverb. It's a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, and another adverb. For example, she speaks fluently. Here, the underlined bold part of the sentence, fluently, is the adverb. Remember girls, in simple words, we would say that adverb tells you more about verb, particularly, or it is used to modify the adjectives and the other adverbs as well, but most commonly it gives you or describes more the verb. It gives you more information about the verb, like she speaks fluently, he runs fast, he drives carefully. So carefully, fast, fluently, these are some of the examples of the adverbs. Now, kinds of adverbs, we have lots of kinds of adverbs, but very common ones are adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of degree, adverb of manner, frequency, and adverb of reason. These are some of the kinds of the adverbs which talk about time, place, degree, manner, that how an action happens. Yeah, at what time, at what place, in which extent, degree, in which manner, how often, frequency, and why an action happen. Yeah, these are all the kinds of some of the kinds of adverbs. We also have an adverb of affirmation and an adverb of negations, but the common ones are here, kinds are here mentioned. Now let's quickly come to the main topic, that is an adverb phrase. What is an adverb phrase or adverbial phrase? Well, you have studied about phrase, that the phrase is a group of words which gives incomplete meaning. Yeah, it is without subject and verb and it conveys incomplete meaning. Now adverb phrase, you're well aware of adverb, the phrase is clear to you. Now let's come to the adverb phrase or adverbial phrase. An adverbial phrase also refers to an adverb phrase is also multi-word phrase that takes the role of a verb in a sentence. An adverb describes a verb, adjective, or even another adverb. A multi-word adverbial phrase can further modify an adjective, an adverb, and a verb. Adverb phrases are known to answer the questions that describe how, when, where, or how something was done, as shown in the following adverb phrase examples. In simple words, I would say the adverb phrase or adverbial phrase is a group of words which modifies a verb. Just like the definition of adverb, adverb is one word that explains or that modifies a verb, whereas adverbial phrase is a group of words that modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Or it is also known as that it answers the question words how, when, where, and how the action happened. Like the part of the sentence which is answering how an action happened, when it happened, where it happened, and how this action happened. That particular part which is answering these question words, that is the adverb phrase. If it is one word which is answering, then that is adverb. If these questions are answered with a group of words, then that is an adverb phrase. Clear? For example, let's see when. As fast as possible. These are adverbial phrases of time. Anytime, today afternoon, after the break, before midnight. These are some of the words which talk about the adverbial phrase of time. Where, at home, around the sun, by the mailbox, under the table, right here. Where tells the location, places, that at which place the action has happened. How, quite interesting, doing well, enjoyable, very well, quite easily. These are some of the examples of adverbial phrases that how action happens. And the last one is why. Here it's written how, but it's why. That why an action happens, like to record a statement, for committing crime, for pity's sake, to revise thoroughly, to have a happy marriage. Yeah. Now let's see some of the examples of the adverbial phrases. Meet her at the Bridge Hotel this afternoon. Now see, the red part of the sentence is adverbial phrase. At the bridge, it's telling the location. At the Bridge Hotel is telling the location. This afternoon, telling the time. So we have two adverbial phrases in this sentence. Fine. You need to clean your house better than that. Now it's comparison. It is comparison. He completed the task assigned as quickly as possible. See how he completed the task? As quickly as possible. To avoid distributing the sleeping students, David chose to tiptoe to bed. Now, why David chose to tiptoe to bed? The answer is to avoid disturbing the sleeping students. Yes? So the part which is answering the question words why, how, when, where, to what extent, if these question words are answered by a single word, then that is adverb. If these question words are answered by a group of words, then they are called adverbial phrases. Peter needs to ride her new motorbike much more carefully. To have a clever view of the mountain, John climbed to the top. She walks to school every day, answering when. The bride and groom opened their presents with delight. It's answering how. Now, some more examples. You see, baseball has become very popular in our town. Now, it is adverb phrase answering where. The flowers will bloom in spring. When the flowers will bloom? In spring. Helen did not go to school on account of the bad weather. Why he did not go? On account of bad weather is adverb phrase. My brother spoke in condescending manner. It is adverb phrase. How he spoke? For many years she has been waiting for this opportunity. Now here, for many years is answering to what extent. Some more examples you see. He drives the car carefully. Here, carefully is an adverb. We can replace this one adverb with a group of words and can say he drives the car with great care. Now this with great care is adverb phrase. They speak loudly is one word, so it is adverb. They speak with loud voices, with great voices, then you may say that they are the group of words which telling you more about speak, that how they speak. So it is an adverbial phrase. You see one more example of an adverb phrase. They went there. It's an adverb. There is an adverb. They went to that place. Now instead of there, we are writing to that place. It's an adverb phrase which is modifying they. Now see here, we will escape in the morning. Now in the morning is basically a prepositional phrase. As I have told in my previous lecture that prepositional phrases can function like adjectives and can function like the adverbs as well. Now, in the morning is adverbial phrase. It's a prepositional phrase functioning like an adverb here. An adverb phrase. It's a group of words, so it's an adverbial phrase. Now see, adverbial phrase contrast with normal adverbs and adverbial clauses. We will skip later. Now later is one single word. When will we skip? Later. It's one word, so it's an adverb. When we will skip? In the morning. Now group of words, in the morning. So it's an adverbial phrase. Similarly, we will skip when the sun rises. Now this whole red part, here we have a subject and a verb, so it is an adverbial clause. Here in the first sentence, adverbial phrase because a group of words are there. In second sentence, later is one word, so it's an adverb. In the third example, when the sun rises, we have a subject, we have a verb, so it's a clause. Adverbial clause. When will we skip? When the sun rises. Now, adverb phrase of place, like we have so many adverbs, place, time, manner, as we have studied earlier. Now see these examples. Fleck won first prize in the school's running place. So where, the word phrase, adverb phrase tells us where Fleck won. Clear? Now, you must be clear about the adverb phrases that they talk about the verbs, or they give us more information about the verbs, adjectives or other adverbs, but they must be a group of words. One word is adverb which modifies a verb, adjective or another adverb. More than a word, a group of words, when modifying an adjective, adverb or the verb, that is called adverbial phrase. Now, the next topic we have is adverb clause. But before that, you must be well aware of the clause. What's a clause? A quick review, as I have explained it in my previous lecture as well. A group of words that has a subject and a verb. It is called a clause. Clause has two kinds: dependent clause or subordinate clause, independent clause or main clause, principal clause as well we can call it. Now, independent clause does not have any further kinds, while dependent clause has three kinds. They are noun clause, adjective clause and adverb clause. We are going to study the adverb clause today. What is an adverb clause? Adverb clause is a subordinate clause. It is a kind of dependent clause that modifies a verb, adjective or another adverb. It tells how, when, where, why, to what extent something happens. It begins with a subordinating conjunction. Remember girls, adverb clause always starts with a subordinating conjunction. Why? Because it's a kind of subordinating clause. Can be removed and sometimes moved. Uses commas only if it begins a sentence. If it begins a sentence, then we use commas to separate both the clauses, main clause and the dependent clause. Now see the example. Ali felt better after he took the rest. Now Ali felt better is main clause. After he took the test is dependent clause, because after is a subordinating conjunction and after he took the test is answering when he felt better. He felt better after he took the test. After he took the test is answering the question word when. So this whole group of words that has a subject he and the verb took. It has a subject and verb, so it's not a phrase, it's a clause. And as it's starting with subordinating conjunction, so definitely it's a kind of subordinate clause. And which kind of subordinate clause it is? It's answering when, so it is an adverb clause. Clear? Let's see some of the types of adverb clauses. We have adverb clause of time, of place, of cause, contrast, condition, purpose or reason, result, and manner. Here I have written the examples for your convenience. You can take the screenshot and go through it. Now some more examples. If Sam calls, please tell him that I'll be late. We played in the garden until the sun set. Though she was busy, Alice helped the young boy. John went home after he finished his lunch. The shaded parts are the adverb clauses. Now more examples of adverbial clauses you see. I did this work because this work is part of my educational project. Now this is the underlined or bold part is adverbial clause of reason. It's telling us reason why I did this work. He ate as if he were starving for months. Now it's manner, how he ate. It's telling adverbial clause of manner. Before you go, bring me some water. Time. Put it where we can see it. Place. Even though we treat her kindly, she's suspicious of us. Now it is concession. Unless you study hard, you will fail in this examination. Now it's condition. If or unless. We need to eat so that we may live. Adverb of purpose. Adverbial clause of purpose. Okay, we have a subject we and verb live. Now that's all from adverbial clause. Hope you have understood it. Now prepositions. The definition of preposition is that a preposition is a word or a phrase. No, it's a word that connects a noun or a pronoun to a verb or adjective in a sentence. What's a preposition? Preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and some other words or elements in the rest of the sentence. Remember girls that prepositions are such words which shows the relationship. They connect, they relate the words, nouns or the pronouns in a sentence. There is a huge list of the prepositions like in, on, at, around, of, by. So many prepositions we have. Some of them are given here. You see, there here is a list of prepositions. We use them in a sentence. For example, the book is on the table. So in this sentence, on is preposition. It's telling you the location. It always answers the question word where, and it tells the location of the objects or people. For example, the book is under the table. Where is the book? Under the table. She's sitting beneath the tree. Where is she sitting? Beneath the tree. Beneath, telling you the location. Where is she sitting? So, prepositions. Now, some other common prepositions about above across. You see, it's one of the list of the prepositions. I have one more list. These are 150 prepositions. You can take a screenshot. You can note them down somewhere, which will be beneficial for you. These are some of the prepositions. Now, let's come to the prepositional phrases. As we know that prepositions show the relationship between noun and a pronoun in a sentence. So just like that, the prepositional phrases. Phrase, you know, clear, it is clear to you. It's a group of words. It's not one word. It's a group of words. So, a group of words which begins with a preposition and ends in a noun, pronoun, or a noun phrase is called a prepositional phrase. How to use a prepositional phrase in a sentence? Here we have a list of prepositional phrases starting with in, on, at, by, and out. Like there are so many other prepositional phrases, okay, in grammar, but these are some of very common ones. You see some of the examples of the prepositional phrases. They always start with the prepositions and end at a noun, a pronoun, or a gerund, and even sometimes the clauses. You see, a new railroad is under construction. Now, under is the preposition, construction is noun. Under construction, both joined together, they functioning like a prepositional phrase, okay? After 2 trial runs, we did it for real. Now, for real, for is a preposition, real is noun. All, Ali speak at the same time. You all speak at the same time. At the same time. Now the prepositional phrase always starts with a preposition at. So now here it is at. At is a preposition. The same time, the group of words starting with preposition always called prepositional phrases. Okay. Now here we have some other common prepositional phrases lists. You can see. Okay. Now the functions of prepositional phrases, we can use prepositional phrases as adjectives and as adverbs. Now see, here are some of more prepositional phrases functioning as adjectives. Please buy the scarf with dots. Now see, here in this example, this prepositional phrase with dots, it's a prepositional phrase because it's starting with the preposition with. So it's a prepositional phrase and it is telling you more about scarf, noun. It's modifying noun, so it is functioning like an adjective phrase. The man on the radio has a boring voice. On the radio is explaining man, describing man. So it is an adjective phrase. Give me one of the brown ones. Of the brown ones, starting with preposition of, ending at noun or a pronoun. One's pronoun. So it's a prepositional phrase functioning like adjective because it is modifying the pronoun one. Give me one. Now prepositional phrases can also function like adverbs. How are some more prepositional phrases functioning as adverbs? See, Lee raised his small mackerel with utmost pride. Now with utmost pride is adverbial phrase. It's basically a prepositional phrase which is modifying the verb raised. Okay? As it is modifying the verb, that's why it is functioning like an adverb here. Before the war, Chris played football for Barnstown Worth United. Now, before the war is a group of words starting with a preposition, ending at a noun, war. So, it's a prepositional phrase. But here it is functioning as it is modifying the whole clause. It is modifying here the whole clause. So it is adverb phrase. Dawn is tired from the hike. From preposition, hike, noun, ending at a noun. So from the hike is modifying that why he is tired. It is modifying adjective here. So it is an adverb functioning like an adverb. Here we have some easy examples of prepositional phrases. A singer with passion, a town near London, keep in time, he acts without thinking. It is a present from her. Remember that the noun can be a pronoun. She stole it from the man across the street. From the man across the street. These are prepositional phrases. It is obvious from what he said. From what he said is adverb clause as well. Here the noun is a noun clause. That's all for today. Hope you have understood all the topics: adverbs, adverb phrases, adverb clauses, prepositions and prepositional phrases. Though the topics were not new, but hope you have understood all of them. Have a very nice day. Take care. We'll meet with the next lecture inshallah soon. Allah Hafiz.